We're here to discuss the Spinouspreader. We have three different types of Spinouspreaders which are used in surgical procedures. This is a standard Spinouspreader, which is standard in length, and then we have an additional Spinouspreader that's longer in length for heavier set patients. The newest Spinouspreader is this device here, which is used for placement of interspinous plates or spacers, which I'll show you in a sec. We're going to start with the standard Spinouspreader. It is set up in such a way that when you compress it together, it spreads these hands apart, which opens up between the spinous processes and allows you to go in and decompress, place a cage, whatever you want to do. It also is set up in such a way so that it has a scale on the back of it. The benefit of that is that as you compress, as you distract, it allows you to read off exactly how far apart you have spread the interspinous distance, which can allow you to then gauge what size of a spacer you might want to put in between the spinous process if that is your intent. Let's go over here to the spine model. It's very easy to demonstrate. The surgeon actually stands opposite the tool, so in reference to the camera I will put it in this direction here, and where the camera is located is basically where the surgeon would locate. By spreading it apart, you can see how the processes spread, the facet joints open up, and it really allows you to get in very easily and work and clean out the arthritic material while at the same time preserving normal bone as much as possible. That's the goal and the beauty of this, so that you don't have to do a trough type decompression for stenosis. Once you've done one side, you can flip to the other side of the table if it's convenient for you, place it again, and again do the same maneuver of cleaning out the arthritis. The device also allows you to use it to spread apart the disc space. With it spread open, it allows you to get down into the disc space itself in order to put in cages either via a pliff approach or if you prefer a T-lift type approach. Once the decompression is done, of course, you can close up, and you usually will find that you have a much smaller incision because of the fact you're able to work just in this plane and not have to go up and down and do as much destruction to normal bone. So that's the Spinouspreader standard. The Spinouspreader that is long-armed, of course, comes in very handy for patients that are thicker in size. Same concept, same working channel, allowing you to do the same activities. You can obviously do two different levels or whatever, as many as you need to do. The newest device is this Spinouspreader, which allows you to slide in through a fairly small incision to open up in between the spinous processes. Some individuals like to put in a spinous plate. Some individuals like to put in a number of different devices to open up between the interspinous distance. This is good for both. Again, it has a scale that allows you to read off how far you've spread it apart. The purpose of the device is to work through a fairly small incision so that you can then, I'll go from the camera angle, you can then go down in between the spinous processes, spread it apart with the actual arms of the device being down below the working surface. Now with this in place, you can do decompressive work if you want to, again saving this precious bone. You're going to need to save the bone in order to put a plate on. And this is one of the problems for individuals that want to decompress and yet want to preserve bone. This allows you to do that. Once you're done with the decompression, then you can go ahead and place your interspinous spacer. I've taken the time to make one out of this Play-Doh type material just for the purpose of illustration. But this, once you have it sized, this allows you to easily place the device in and then bring this spreader out. And I'll take my handy dandy tool out. It allows it to stay in position, and you give yourself a chance to do not only a decompression but also spread the processes apart. So it's a family of three of them, and We'll have information at the very end of this video how to reach it, but basically you can go to Spinouspreader.com. The products are a part of the line of products from Medical Design Instruments. Thank you very much.